Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the aspirations and expectations of our citizens on the regional integration agenda remain high. The people desire an inclusive, equitable, responsive integration process that addresses their daily needs. The citizens are also looking to us to fast-track and implement programs and projects that will transform our region. While the East African community is ranked as one of the most integrated RECs in Africa, our citizens are yet to enjoy fully the freedom and rights of integration. Therefore, our responsibility at all leadership levels should be to ensure that the objectives of establishing the community are on course. While establishing the community more than 2 decades ago, we envisioned 4 pillars of integration: the customs union, the common market, the monetary union, and ultimately our dream of a political federation. Among them, the operationalization of the customs union, established in 2005, and the common market, established in 2010, are on course. Albeit slow-paced, the community has also made significant progress in the monetary union, whose protocol was ratified some 8 years ago. As I hand over the mantle to my brother, His Excellency Everest Ndayishimiye, I would like to highlight some of the key achievements, which include strengthening trade, economic, political, and social-cultural ties, motivated by client demand and their own corporate structures and/or by opportunities along the regional trade corridors. The banks display operational integration within the East African community and also along our trade corridors in South Sudan and the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. With regard to standards, all partner states have ratified the sanitary and phytosanitary protocol, and this will enable the region apply basic rules for food safety and animal and plant health standards to ensure that food is safe for consumers and to prevent the spread of pests or disease among animals and plants. The measures apply to domestically produced food or local animal and plant diseases, as well as to products coming from other countries. The East African Council of Ministers also adopted the East African Community Customs Management Amendment Bill 2021 and the East African Community Standardization, Conformity, Assessment, and Accreditation Bill, which will be debated by the East African Legislative Assembly before their enactment. We have also seen the growth of dry ports. Progress, for example, has been made to directing cargo freight from Mombasa destined for onward transportation to neighboring countries to the Naivasha Inland Container Depot, and this is ongoing. These inland dry ports will enhance efficiency in cargo management and is expected to reduce transit costs in the long run. Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda have also successfully negotiated the classification of the seas along the East African coast, and this declassification will reduce the cost of insurance and shipping and lower the costs of doing business through the ports of Lamu, Mombasa, and Dar es Salaam. This will make the ports of the East African region that much more competitive. Kenya and South Sudan waived the visa requirements for both their citizens, in line with Article 10 of the East African Common Market Protocol. The 2 partner states committed to allow workers from each of their countries to accept employment within each other's territory. South Sudan and Uganda also waived visa requirements for their nationals. Partner states have revitalized the use of bilateral frameworks to resolve non-tariff barriers and strengthen cooperation among themselves. Kenya and Tanzania, for example, have so far resolved 52 out of 68 non-tariff barriers. The two states have also signed MOUs for cooperation in education and research, as well as on border management. The East African Council of Ministers has allocated funds for the national consultation on the political confederation constitution of the Republic of Uganda, the United Republic of Tanzania, and the other countries will follow. Unfortunately, there was a delay due to COVID, but these consultations will now proceed to the other countries as well. The East African Protocol on Tourism and Wildlife Management has been adopted by the Council and is expected to be ratified by partner states. This cooperation framework will open opportunities to maximize on the potential of safari tourism and to jointly preserve and sustainably use our wildlife and shared ecosystems. The East African Council of Ministers adopted the EAC Surveillance Compliance and Enforcement Commission Bill and the East African Financial Services Commission Bill, which will provide the legal framework for the establishment of the institutions that support the monetary union pillar. Kenya and Uganda also endorsed the construction of a Kenya shilling 7 billion Ngolo Irrigation and Water Resource Development Project. The project will benefit 127,000 people on both sides of the border. The project will irrigate 3,300 hectares of farmland and supply water to 20,000 households in Busia and Bungoma counties of Kenya and the Tororo district of Uganda. And it will generate some 1.75 megawatts of hydropower. The East African Council of Ministers adopted the following Securities Market Legal and Regulatory Frameworks Directive: Directive on Security Exchanges, Directive on Central Securities Depositories, Directive on Corporate Governance for Listed Companies, Directive on Real Estate Investment Trusts, Directive on Regulated Activities, and Directive on Credit Rating Agencies. So, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the common market is an important pillar of the East African integration, and it is fully operational. Its full operationalization will no doubt propel the community to greater heights. It is in this regard that we found it important to dedicate some time on the common market to review the journey covered and focus on achieving more grounds. So, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, this being my last summit as the President of Kenya, allow me once again to express my gratitude to the Summit of Heads of State, the Council of Ministers, the Secretary General and the staff of the community, as well as all other East African community organs and institutions for their tireless efforts and support towards promoting regional integration during the last 1 year. I am glad to note that from the summit retreat, the stakeholders brought forward excellent proposals and resolutions that will provide much-needed direction to achieving our objective of a common market. And I therefore urge all stakeholders to play their part in reinvigorating the implementation of the common market protocol commitments, and to also identify new areas of progressive liberalization. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a fit-for-purpose institutional structure is critical in facilitating achievements of these objectives of the community. And in this regard, it is notable that significant work has been done to strengthen our institutional framework, including bringing in new expertise across all organs and institutions. And I am confident that with the incremental gains that we have made in the last year, the path towards our vision is clearer. We have achieved a lot, but there is still a lot more remaining to be done. and I urge us all to redouble our efforts to take the East African community integration process to a higher level. We owe it to our forefathers, whose vision was to have a borderless and integrated region, and we owe it to future generations who will benefit for it. I welcome the continued interest of the Federal Republic of Somalia, who are here present with us today, to join the East African community, and I do hope that the process of conducting a verification mission to facilitate her entry into the East African community will be undertaken as soon as possible. We look forward to welcoming Somalia to the community soon so that we can expand the opportunities for our citizens to trade without barriers. Once again, may God bless you all, and may God bless our community. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, our protocol observed, I thank you for the trust in trusting in me to be your chairperson and the steward the affairs of our community. Pursuant to Rule 5 of the Rule of Procedure for the Summit of Head States or Government, its requirement to have a bureau for our meetings. I now call for the constitution of the Bureau with the Republic of Burundi as chairperson and the Republic of South Sudan as the rapporteur. Now, the Bureau is constituted. I thank you. Excellencies, invited guests, all protocol observed, I welcome you to this plenary of our 22nd Ordinary Summit. I thank you all for finding a time to attend this meeting. I acknowledge the presence of our special guest, my brother, the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia. You are most welcome. Excellencies, all protocol observed, as I begin my mission, I'd like to ask you to allow me to make my statement. Kwa niaba ya wananchi na serikali ya Burundi na kwa niaba yangu binafsi, nitumie fursa hii kuwashukuru sana kabisa wananchi na serikali ya Jamhuri ya Muungano ya Tanzania, hususan Mheshimiwa Samia Suluhu Hassan, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, kwa makaribisho makubwa sana yaliyotolewa kwetu tangu tuliofika katika nchi nzuri hii. I take this opportunity to thank the East African Community Head of State for trusting me with the role of chairing the East Africa Summit for the next 1 year. I thank His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta for his leadership and congratulate him for the achievements the community registered during the tenure as chairperson of the summit.
The incoming chair, you are kindly requested to take the chairmanship of the community and go closer to the outgoing chair so that he can hand over to you the instruments that you'll be using to guide the community. Thank you. Excellency, the President of Burundi was. Protocol, could you kindly assist us move the flag